It's a chilly evening in Northampton.
And then start to invite movement back to your body.
Inside a warm, open space, a group of people move together, practicing yoga, forgetting the cold. They can forget other things too. That includes what they all have in common.
I don't need a pill when I'm done here. I am so relaxed and it lasts and I feel good for the rest of the day.
Inhale, straighten. Exhale, foot forward, squat.
Each of these people come here to find moments of calm in a life afflicted by cancer. The class is part of Yoga in Action, a nonprofit working to increase access to the healing power of the practice. Founder Rochelle Jewell started the group in 2012 for those of what she calls different diverse abilities: veterans, mothers in recovery, and cancer patients, survivors, and caretakers among them.
Folks are just different. So they have different needs. There's nothing wrong with them. So it's just a way of us honoring that.
The group operates out of the nonprofit incubator Good Work. Their current Portsmouth headquarters, Carey Cottage, is where Yoga in Action now operates.
It is such an incredible healing space with so much positive energy and natural beauty that when we sit down to work, we hardly ever get up.
Michelle James started her career as a preschool teacher, trained in children's yoga techniques. She's now a full-time instructor with Yoga in Action, watching clients find strength within themselves in their most challenging periods of life.
They are able to take what they're practicing off the mat and use it in those situations when those situations come up in life.
She was inspired to join after meeting another Michelle.
And reverse, last one.
Michelle Kocher leads the Northampton Yoga and Cancer class at Prasada Yoga Studio. She's also the class's creator.
This is a sanctuary. This is a place where they can go, they can come, they can feel welcome, they can just be who they are, they can talk about what it is that is and how they're feeling, and the yoga is just going to make them feel better. Good, straighten the right leg.
Regardless of what they're fighting, Michelle crafts classes to meet each client's needs. She works with clinicians to understand how different forms of yoga benefit specific parts of the body.
It's a stewardship. I feel like it's a place that anybody in the community can come and practice yoga, feel good. I love my job.
Each hour-long session offers clients a chance to laugh.
One time while the instructor was out of class, we switched all the mats around so we were facing the back. And the instructor walked in and was like, what? So yeah, we just did silly things.
And a chance to find solidarity.
Not feeling alone is my favorite part. Feeling that I'm not isolated and sitting by myself, that there are a lot of other people out there going through the same battle.
Michelle knows the reality that her clients might lose their battle. Some of them already have.
I can name every single person. I remember them. They're in my heart. It is what helps me think about how to grow this program, how to make it better.
Rochelle and her staff of 30 teachers say many people ask them why they do what they do. The benefits speak for themselves.
They realize that there's a level we're operating at here that goes beyond the physical demands of the class. And they walk out of here with that new understanding that they're not alone.
Yoga in Action continues to grow. Clients take virtual classes in places as far as India. Here at home, they're working to continue making a difference. So they're issuing a call to those who seek a community, to those who need a place to call their own, to those looking to take back control. This space, they say, is yours.
We can't cure everything that we're trying to address, but we can help people feel a lot better with whatever challenges they're facing.
And thank you for being here. Om Shanti Shanti. Namaste.